Calling first to the stage, fighting out the blue corner, Peerapat, Singmanasak, Gym. Welcoming to the ring. Welcoming to the ring, find out the red corner. Please give it up for Sang Kim. Introducing to you first, find out the blue corner, wearing black with blue trim, with a professional boxing record of 5 victories and only 1 defeat, representing Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Peerapat Singmanasak Gym. And his opponent finding out the red corner, wearing white with yellow trim, with a professional boxing record of 5 victories and no defeats. Hailing out of South Korea, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for the undefeated Sang Kim. And the 3 judges scoring ringside, Ajahn Thanakorn Kantong, Ajahn Peerapat Sisane, and Mr. Carlos Costa.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we swiftly move on to our next bout on the card, bout number 9. And it is Korea taking on Thailand. In the red corner, we've got the undefeated professional Sang Kim, who's 5-0. And in the blue corner, we've got a fighter that has 6 fights on his record, Peerapat Singmanasak Gym, 5 victories, 1 defeat, no draws.
I liked Peerapat's entry. He did the executioner, saying he's going to execute Sang Kim in this fight. Let's see if he can live up to his entrance here. We've seen Sang Kim fight several times before. He's improved in every fight he's been in. And one of the issues about Sang Kim in his previous fight is he sometimes leaves his chin exposed when he comes forward. Hopefully, he's ironed some of those kinks out.
Sang Kim. Good jab going in and out at the moment, Kim. Peerapat just trying to go to the body with the jab as well. Good slipping and dipping here from Peerapat.
Sang Kim, you can see already, is trying to get that check hook working for him as well. He's very active with the jab, and he's almost trying to get Peerapat to step in so he can throw that check leave hook when he comes forward. But some nice head movement by Peerapat.
Yeah, Peerapat doing a good job to duck under the jab so far.
And look, I can see Peerapat has been watching Floyd Mayweather highlights, defensive highlights, Pernell Whitaker highlights. He's rolling with the shoulder roll, but hasn't fully developed the reason why the shoulder roll is so effective, in my view.
A bit too low there, that shot, but Peerapat knew and apologized for it to Kim.
And I'm witnessing someone practice the shoulder roll, but, you know, Floyd Mayweather mentioned he used to practice the shoulder roll on hundreds and hundreds of different weaker, lesser opponents so he could practice it without taking too much damage, and it was a perfected craft. But nowadays you see people just using the shoulder roll incorrectly, and I think Peerapat's going to take way too much damage trying this. Stick with a high guard, stick with bread and butter boxing first, and then develop your own style. But Kim doing a great job so far of just staying very disciplined right now.
Again, that was a jab to the body, a little bit too low though.
Kim with a nice jab, constantly flicking out, which is what I like to see. Now feinting. Kim looks the more active of the two, and it looks like he's trying to set up shots.
Kim with a high guard here. Peerapat happy to keep the fight on the outside. Almost adopting a Philly shell right there.
And that's exactly what he's doing. It's a Philly shell, the shoulder roll as it's also known, but to me, he's just not fully executing the Philly shell what it should be. It's a lot harder to do than people realize, but it's a very fun thing to practice as well and try. But I'd really like to see Peerapat avoid using that Philly shell always, because you're just going to take too much punishment in the process. You should be practicing it a little bit more, and you can already see the reddening around the middle of the face of Peerapat. So those jabs from Kim are really doing some damage.
Jab here from Kim. He's taking his time to really get a hand on Peerapat, and there goes the bell for round number 1. As we'll get the replays coming up for you soon, and then we'll go into round number 2. Jab down the middle here from Kim. That was just the story of the round really for Kim. Just snapping out that jab. Peerapat just going down low, just slipping and dipping, using the shoulder roll as much as he possibly could. Peerapat not really getting off a lot of his own shots. Almost acting like Willie Pep. One of the best ever defensive Western boxers who actually didn't get hit at all for a 1 round at one point in his career. So good at, he was in the lighter divisions, but just good at evading his opponents and could just, you know, just duck under every single shot and then land one of his own and get out of dodge. It's exactly what Peerapat's trying to do, but to get caught a few times, but nothing too dangerous in the first round for him.
I think he's very lucky he hasn't been hit by anything too dangerous. And this isn't to disrespect Peerapat also. I just would not want to see somebody get hurt in the ring for trying to be somebody they're not right now. You've got to really practice the bread and butter, the ABC boxing, which is high guard, jabs with the right hand, everything behind the shoulder, good footwork, and then you develop these styles later on in your career. But look, credit where credit's due. The man is in the ring, and he's putting on a performance right now. But Kim throws a nice rear uppercut in the process. And Kim's starting to push the presser right now, starting to get those jabs to be a bit more active.
Kim now using a bit of lateral movement on the back foot. It's almost like the tables have turned here in terms of ring craftsmanship and footwork. Just for a moment right there, Peerapat on the front foot and Kim on the outside.
I think that's what Peerapat should be doing. He should be pushing the pace right now. He's allowed Kim to dictate the pace a little bit too much now. Kim needs to push it right back. A great right hand to the body there.
Peerapat does not like that at all, Jimmy. Saw him grimacing right there and dropping his guard slightly.
And if Kim noticed what you noticed, he should be attacking that right-hand side of the body. Body shots are one of those things where once you take a good one in a fight, you never want to take another one again in that entire fight. And you're very obvious. There's a big tell here. And there's that right hand down there. And you see Peerapat absolutely wincing, as you mentioned. If I was Kim right now, I'd just be spamming that right hook to the body.
Yeah, reacting to it. He did go downstairs there again on that exchange. Let's see if we can go back to it. It's all about setting up the body shots, though. You never want to try and lunge into them, especially when you're out of range.
I mean, Mickey Ward used to set them up by tapping you upstairs and then going downstairs with rock-solid body shots. And that's what you need to do. Change the tempo, give it right back. Peerapat starting to fire right back, but I think Kim is just too big, too strong, and a little bit too more experienced for Peerapat now.
Yeah, head, body, head. Typical Mickey Ward combination. It's definitely something that Kim wants to utilize. Peerapat at the moment fighting back on the outside, slipping, dipping, and pivoting. Good work there from the Thai fighter to stay evasive. Sticking his tongue out here and taunting Kim as he keeps on bringing the fight to him.
And this is where Kim should just be digging down low, just going straight to the body. Lefts and rights, big, strong lefts and rights to the body, giving everything you possibly have whilst you can, hitting those rib cages, making it uncomfortable for your opponent. And now we see Kim just really active. But I also feel like Kim's holding back ever so slightly. I'd like to see Kim just push the pace now. Rather than playing with your food, so to speak, just really go for it.
Yeah, it looks like Kim really is going in for the kill at the moment. As he starts to go down more to the body, targeting the left, the right side, but using his left hook there for Peerapat, on Peerapat. Jab to the body now from Peerapat as he goes upstairs with a jab met by Kim's right hand.
And you can see now Peerapat's looking a little bit more tired. Few seconds of this round, and we're going into the next round. I mean, Kim, to me, is just outboxing Peerapat. He's way more active, and I don't think Peerapat has the experience to deal with someone with so much footwork. With that being said, Kim isn't really landing more powerful shots to the head. He's got a great body shot, but he hasn't landed those powerful shots to the head yet. I'd like to see Kim just commit to some headshots as well, but believe in his power and his punch selection, because like I mentioned there, he sometimes leaves his chin exposed. If Peerapat can actually read that, he can throw that left hook on the inside. And we see Kim stepping forward, going to the body with that right hook. And there it is, that left hook to the body as well. So Kim has had great success with those body shots, but he needs to keep it going. He needs to keep pumping out these shots, because Peerapat, to me, looks like someone who was ready to fall after eating too many of those body shots.
Yeah, he definitely did. And here we go, coming into the third round now. We are set for 8 if it goes the distance. But I thought that Peerapat was in a lot of trouble there in round number 2, with taking some of those body shots from Kim. Let's see if Kim can open it up and see if Peerapat can survive another round. Here we go, round 3.
I mean, I think this depends on the fitness level as well. If Kim can drag Peerapat to the later rounds and come alive to the body, he'll probably be able to put him down with some big, strong body shots, but he's got to set those body shots up. Kim's being more aggressive now. Peerapat firing right back, and that's what he sometimes needs to do when your back's against the ropes. You fire right back with aggression.
Peerapat pushing Kim away so that he can get off the ropes momentarily. This is where Peerapat really needs to get away, and he does. But Kim comes swinging in, going to the body with that left hook, and upstairs with the straight right. And down goes Peerapat. His mouthpiece comes out as well. But Peerapat Cissone is still keeping the count going.
What a beautiful combination by Kim. I mean, they shouldn't take too long with this mouthpiece right here. This mouthpiece should be right back in. But, you know, veteran move. Take it out a little bit longer. But what a beautiful combination by Kim.
Kim going in for the kill right now, you think. And here he goes. Hooks coming in, swinging hard, going to the body as well. Left hook going high for Kim. Kim turning up the pressure right now in round 3.
Kim treating Peerapat like Peter Pan with the hooks, just going to town, trying to put him down. But Peerapat is not giving up. He's firing right back. But the referee's going to tell him to stop dipping his head so low. Big right hand downstairs and puts him to the canvas once again. Peerapat realizes those shots are stinging. They're going to hurt. 7. And he brings him up on the 8. Has he got more in him? Is Kim going to put him down to the canvas one more time?
One more knockdown and it's all over. Can Kim go in for the kill? Here he goes, swinging hard. And Peerapat goes down one more time, but he's lowered by the referee, calling it a slip. On the ropes again. All the knockdowns have come from this side of the ring.
That's a very good point. Kim realizes this area of the ring, but he pushes him down there. But the referee has seen enough. Now look, that wasn't a knockdown. That was a push. But at the same time, Peerapat was not doing enough right now to defend himself. Great performance by Kim. Beautiful first knockdown. I mean, that was just pitch perfect knockdowns. Right hands, and you could see the right hand sink right into the midsection. It was absolutely devastating. Great stuff by Kim, putting his man to the canvas, and a great performance. He now moves to 6-0, and you can see that final knockdown, a bit of a push, but to me, it was exactly where the fight was going. Let's go to Peter Denman with the final announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the time of 2 minutes and 2 seconds, your winner by way of third round TKO, fighting out of the red corner,